I was running my mouth. How y'all doing this morning? I don't want to hold ya too long. How y'all doing? Hey, Ariane, how you doing? Tap on in. Y'all tap the screen. Let me pull up that little article. So y'all know it's been another active situation at McDonald's. What the heck? Who is that? So another young person, something happened with their manager, and the little girl got sent home because she didn't want to do the trash at work. She went home, an argument broke out. She went and got her mom, and the manager pulled out a pew pew. What is going on at these McDonald's, y'all? What is really going on? What is really, really going on? McDonald. And this time the manager was arrested. Y'all come on in. We will get to it. Seems like a copycat what's really going on. All right, I ain't asked you nothing. Y'all in here in this chat? I can't see nothing. Y'all tap in. Come on in. Trying to get a better article. Ariane, did you hear about that? The shooting at the McDonald's Belleville. Oh, no, that's a short article there. All these clips are short clips. Okay, I'm gonna use this one guy's the dynamic reason. I'm gonna give him credit. He has a thing. I'm gonna use his. Give everybody a chance to get on in here, y'all. Come on in here. Good morning, Rebecca. I done lost my stand. Y'all come on. Come on in. Love you back. Good morning, everyone. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling this morning? We're doing a mental check-in. How everybody feeling? Uh-oh. What's going on? What I did? What did I do? Hold on, y'all. Well, I did something. Hold on. I accidentally turned the highlight say. Good morning, Monica. Good morning, Pooh. How you doing? So, give everybody a chance. Y'all come on. How everybody doing this morning? Welcome to the live. Oh, let me see if I could do my own thing here. If I could see if I could tag my own YouTube disclaimer. YouTube. Let me me see if I could copy and paste this. Here it is right here. Select all. No, I ain't trying to select all that. Copy. How y'all doing? Y'all come on in here. How everybody's doing? Let me know how y'all doing. Why did it say let me get in here? 2 minutes left. Trying to get on my live. How do I play it? I'm good. Thanks for asking. How are you doing? I'm doing good. I'm trying to put this disclaimer in. I can't open up my video. Maybe I need to. Trying to open up my this video here. This live video. So we got a few more minutes. I'm trying to give everybody a chance to get in. I'm checking on everyone to see how everybody is doing. Because we see right now, mental health is so serious. And a lot of times I know we try to make excuses for it. But we've been seeing a lot of things transpiring, not just, from the past few days, but just overall, we just been seeing a lot of people mental health, especially when it comes to the Black community. We try to ignore it. We try to overlook it, that, that it doesn't happen, but it happens more than we know. That we deal with a lot. We see a lot of our own kind dealing with serious mental health. And we got to understand too, everybody upbringing is so different. How people raise their kids is different. My parents raised me different. It was certain households that I couldn't go to because of the parenting of how certain parents their kids different. And when you have rules, and when you have that, just like each and every one of us, if we have children, some of us have children and some of us have grandchildren now. And whether if you a guardian, whatever, like me, I have rules. There are certain things like I have my grandkids, when they're outside, they have to be in the house at a certain time. But then you have some of the kids in the neighborhood, they still be outside playing even when it's dark because their parents allow that. So sometimes your kids will try to test the water to see, would you go for it? So sometimes it's been times that I have to come out that door and have to set it off out there because they already know. The next time I have to come and get you, it ain't going to be nice because I shouldn't have to come and get you because you're very aware of, you know, time just with the sky changing. Okay, it's getting close to getting dark. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. I got to go. You know what I'm saying? They have to know responsibility. They have to be accountable as well. And we don't have to hold their hand for everything. And we see a lot of this going on, a lot of young kids. I see a lot with this. I don't know what it is about this McDonald's, what it is about managers, because a lot of young kids work at McDonald's, but like at Burger King's and Wendy's, you don't really see a lot of young kids work there, but McDonald is very much open to younger kids. So I don't know what it is about these McDonald's and what's going on, but I think on June the 19th, so I'm gonna get into it. I ran across this the other day where it was a in Belleville. This happened in Belleville, this town called Belleville, Illinois. So it happened in Belleville, Illinois. So I'm not familiar with. Some of you may be familiar with it, but there was a shooting there at a McDonald's. So we'll get into it. I'm gonna play some clips. The manager, her last name was Beldasol. So she was the manager, and I don't know what happened with her and one of the workers, but the worker was a younger individual. So I'm gonna play one of these clips. Two women were injured. The young girl was injured, and I think her mom was injured. This gonna be hard because my tablet trying to go dead and my phone and all this. I don't hid my thing from myself, hiding stuff from my grandkids. So let's get into it, y'all. Try to be off in here by 11 o'clock. So it's 10 now, so let's get into it. Let me turn the volume up. Trying to find some longer clips. So.
With K-12, kids learn to love learning.
Commercial, y'all know it's. So this, I'm giving credit to the Channel 4 KMO7 in St. Louis. So that's what this.
And we are now following breaking news at a McDonald's in Belleville. Police confirm a shooting at the McDonald's. Our Russell Kinsall is there now. Russell.
Supposed to be over. I didn't.
You got handcuffed, or you got fingerprinted for it?
Yes, I did.
Okay. That's arrested.
But when they brought it up, and they brought up the cameras like y'all did, I didn't do so off with that. Seriously.
With both Jariah and Kanaya officially identified, the case is coming to an end.
Wait a minute.
Back at the hospital, Brittany is still fighting.
Oh, these shoplifters. Okay, this is the wrong article. I'm sorry. I don't know how I got to that.
I've done this for 25 years. 25.
I don't. My bad.
And we are now following breaking news at a McDonald's in Belleville. Police confirm a shooting at the McDonald's. Our
Good
Russell
morning, New
Kinsall
Beginnings.
is there now. Russell.
Right, I'm at the McDonald's on South Belt East and South Illinois Street. And let me step out of the way. You can see the investigation is still ongoing. Police say that shortly before 5, they got a call of a disturbance inside the McDonald's. And then before they even arrived here, they got a call that there had been a shooting inside. When they arrived, they found 2 women with gunshot wounds, one with non-life-threatening wounds who was taken to a local hospital. The other, they were not sure of her severity. She was taken to a hospital in St. Louis. The 2 injured women are not customers, police say, and they are not employees. They did take 1 female employee into custody. At this point, police are saying that there was an altercation inside the McDonald's, and then that led to the shooting. They are saying, again, that the 2 women that are victims were not customers, they're not employees, and that they and the woman who was the employee taken into custody, they all 3 knew each other in advance. So that's the information the police are releasing at this point. It's very early in the investigation, but an altercation inside this McDonald's led to a shooting. 2 women have been taken to the hospital. Their conditions not known at this time. 1 severe enough. She was taken to a St. Louis hospital. Live in Belleville, Russell Kinsall, First Alert 4.
All right, Russell, thank you. Still a lot to unpack.
Okay, well, the article that I seen, let me find a different one. Because the one I seen, it was the younger girl. Okay, I'm gonna do this one. We're gonna give credit. This like 12 minutes. This guy, he did an article 20 hours ago on it. I watched his, so it was the details. So let's get into his.
Time for cake.
So what do y'all think about this?
Now, this lady's name is Kathy M. Bledsoe. She's 44 years old, right? What's crazy about this story is the information that's come out to why this shooting, what caused this shooting. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think this woman right here should be locked up. Take a look at what they're saying happened in the McDonald's that made this woman pull the trigger. And you tell me if you believe this woman should be behind bars, because honestly, I don't believe she should. Take a look at this.
More updates in this case. Charges in a shooting at a Metro East McDonald's on Wednesday night. Now a manager and an employee's mother are both charged in the incident. Belleville police say this all started when the manager on duty, Kathy Bledsoe, asked a juvenile employee to take out the trash. When the teen refused, she was told to go home. The teen then contacted her mom, Tanika McKenzie, who had a fight with Bledsoe, and Bledsoe pulled out a gun.
2 women are facing charges in connection with the shooting at a Belleville McDonald's. Police are telling us how it all started. 5 on your side's Robert Townsend has reaction to the new developments.
Shortly before 5 Wednesday afternoon, police went to check out a disturbance at this McDonald's on South Belt East in Belleville. Officers learned a shooting happened inside the fast food restaurant. Customers and neighbors shocked to hear the person police say pulled the trigger is a manager. 44-year-old Kathy Bledsoe.
I just can't believe it's happening in a town like this. That's all. So it's just insanity.
And this McDonald's has a lot of people inside sitting all the time.
Police say the gunfire flew after Bledsoe told a female worker to clock out and go home. Investigators say the McDonald's manager asked the teenage employee to take the trash out, and when she refused, the girl returned here with her mother. Police say Bledsoe and the Belleville mom, 35-year-old Tanika McKenzie, first argued in the McDonald's lobby. The altercation escalated when McKenzie and her daughter went behind the front counter to an office area. Investigators say McKenzie struck Bledsoe in her face and head. Police say the restaurant manager then pulled out a gun and fired once, striking the mom in her leg. It's unclear if any customers were inside the McDonald's at the time.
Makes you scared to go anywhere. Makes you scared to take kids anywhere.
Kathy Bledsoe is charged with a felony count of aggravated unlawful use of a weapon. Tanika McKenzie is charged with felony counts of aggravated battery and mob action.
A lot of arguments and things that turn into shootings could be avoided just by communication. Better communication is honestly the key.
In a statement, a local McDonald's owner said in part, quote, "We are shocked and saddened by this attack. Our top priority is always the safety and well-being of our people." Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
Guys, you've seen it. And in my opinion, a lot of modern parents are full of shit.
Okay.
And they feel as though when their child works somewhere, you know what I'm saying, they ain't got to listen to nobody. And they got to come up there and defend them. Now, I'm going to show you something. Look at this article. I'm going to just read you the particulars. It says, at approximately 4:45 on July 16, 2025, officers responded to a disturbance at the McDonald's located at 125 South Belt East in Belleville, Illinois. While en route, police were informed that a employee had discharged a firearm inside the restaurant. The incident began when 44-year-old Kathy M. Bledsoe, pictured here, the manager on duty, instructed a juvenile employee to take out the trash. After the employee refused, Bledsoe told her to clock out and go home. The juvenile then contacted her mother, Tanika R. McKenzie, age 35, who arrived at the restaurant with another juvenile female. Belleville police said a verbal altercation ensued in the lobby which escalated when McKenzie and the juvenile went behind the front counter and proceeded about 75 feet to the office area. There, McKenzie struck Bledsoe in the face and head. Belleville police said that during the altercation, Bledsoe produced a handgun and fired one shot, striking McKenzie in the leg. Bledsoe was taken into custody at the scene, and McKenzie was transported to for medical processing. She's not currently in custody, so she's still in the hospital, right? Said the Belleville police emphasized that the situation could have been avoided without physical violence or the use of a firearm. Officials also thanked the St. Clair State Attorney's Office for collaborating during the case. Now, I call bullshit on all this. Let me address this first. Watch the bullshit. The Belleville police emphasized that the situation could have been avoided without physical violence or the use of a firearm. Yeah, but when you're dealing with the juggernaut female type, what can you do? Watch this. If it wasn't for the physical violence, the use of the firearm wouldn't have came out. Cause and effect. She shouldn't be locked up. They argued. She went in the back. I'm done with it. Went in the back. Called the police. Police was on the way. Know what they did? Oh, hell no. You got us effed up. They go back there. So let's look at this whole thing in a nutshell. Hey, take the trash out. I ain't taking out no trash. What? Take out the trash. No. You're there in a team-oriented workplace. They ask you to take the trash out. You sit up there, no.
Enough of him.
It's crazy how you got these little kids now don't know about nothing.
Okay, enough of him gabbing on. Okay. So let's dive into this. How I'm gonna do this. So we see, good morning, Joanne. Good morning, everyone that's in here. Y'all come on, chime in. Y'all come on. Y'all come on. We got 21 in here. Y'all make sure y'all hit that button. Good gracious. Good morning, Demetria. So I understand. So my question is, I feel that when it comes to the firearm, I feel like the mindset of the manager, I feel like her mindset with the gun was based on the incident from the other situation, what happened where the girl came back to the store and she brought the knife and stabbed the manager. So I feel that this particular manager, she probably, but I'm not for sure if you can have firearms in the workplace, depending on the state. I don't know that I know of. So that's probably what it is, having a firearm in the workplace. But if you, good morning, Morgan, if you feel like you have to be in a workplace where you got to bring a firearm, it's not even worth it. The same way like they say the girl Afina, her, the same way they say she could have left and found her another job. I feel like it's the same thing with this manager. If you feel like you got to bring a weapon to work and you got to be that uncomfortable at work that it involves a firearm, it involves your livelihood, that it will cause you to be incarcerated. No, we're not excusing the behavior of the young girl. No, we're definitely not excusing the behavior of her. But I'm just saying, if you got to be in a place where you got to feel like your life is threatened like that, why you just can't find another job? You can't in the state of Indiana unless you are armed security guard. Oh, okay. And I think that's what it is on this manager. We have 14 people, not 14. We have 22 people here, and we have only 14 supporting the video. So trust and believe. We need them numbers to be liking. You name, cool, wow, thank you. So I'm thinking like, yes, it was an altercation. The young lady, from what I'm hearing, I don't think the young girl left, because he stated that she called her mom. The young girl called her mom, but the mom came back with someone else. And yes, the two young ladies or the mom that went behind the counter, you know what I'm saying? Because this situation now with this with this young girl calling her mom. Y'all ever hear this saying? I was brought up to where if you home and somebody calling you and it's a situation going on, you never go to where the problem at. You get what I'm saying? You don't never go to where you want to be able to remove yourself from it. And I feel like the mom, as the adult, as the mother, I feel like what the mother should have done, she should have told her daughter, if the manager told her to leave, she should have told her daughter, clock out, go stand outside, go stand by a tree, or go stand by somewhere, and I'll come and get you, and we'll deal with this situation later. That's how I would have handled that situation. Especially if you a parent, you a hothead. Okay, we already see that the daughter is a hothead because she already calling her mom, and she probably blowing it up and making the situation more than what it is. And then with the mama coming up there, like he said, oh, not my daughter, instead of her get to the point of what the situation was to try to figure out, let the smoke settle. Let the smoke settle. But no, the mom didn't make the smoke. She made the situation. I feel like by the mom coming inside, I feel like she made the situation, worse than what it was. And then it's want to make a scene. And now making a scene don't cause you to got pop in the leg. And now you in the hospital, but after this, you leave the hospital, you might be ended up going to jail. She was scared. She thought she was going to get jumped. I agree. The mom escalated the situation. You're so cute. Cool, love your hair. Thank you. But so what do you think they should change the age limit of because I think you could be 14. I think they could be 14, youngest 14 working at McDonald's. I think they should probably change the age. Because I feel like at 14, I don't think a kid is really that mature. Probably don't like to do stuff, probably just lazy. I think they should up the age to probably like 16. Because, 9 out of 10, if she probably with the mindset, you don't tell me what to do, don't want to take out the trash. And that's a part of the job description. That's a part of the job description, I'm sure. When she got hired for the job, maybe, they probably moved her around. You could work in this area. Maybe she felt like she was too cute to throw the trash out. I take trash out. You know what I'm saying? So because some people have to help their parents out. Okay, yeah, some do have to help their parents out. But then she's displaying the example. That's not a way of helping your parent out. If you can't go to work and if you can't follow the orders of your manager, you're not helping. Because if you're not doing anything. So 9 out of 10, if you in the way, you just in the way and you're not doing anything, and then you think, oh, she probably thinks she cute, too cute to do something. She probably thinks I'm just allegedly, I'm being opinionated. But we already know how these young girls is these days. They got the nails, they want to be cute. And she probably just one of the ones, I do anything. She ain't got to wash no dishes. She ain't taking out no trash. She probably don't even do it at home. So she probably felt like I ain't doing it. So the manager saying, well, if you can't listen, because if she can't follow the rules, then you let every other employee there that's saying, oh, if she could get away with it, I could get away with it. You know what I'm saying? So no, if you can't do what you told, you go home. Get out the way. If you feel like you don't want to work, go home. Other employees take out trash. Who are you to think that you can't take out no trash? And then here come the mom running to the rescue. You know what I'm saying? The mom is running to the rescue. And I feel like that wasn't the mom's place to do that. She should have just told her daughter, We don't know the whole story. That's just the story that they're giving, but I'm sure probably more to the story of what's going on. But it should never lead up to someone ending up behind bars or someone losing their life behind a job. It's not that serious, but they're making it that serious. And I feel like this situation is more like a copycat type thing. Like when people do things, it be like a copycat. So we probably gonna be seeing this probably ain't the first time an incident like this happened, but now it's becoming more the norm now. You know what I'm saying? So, and I even thought that I was like, okay, who's finna try to copycat this situation? And I feel like now what's going on is more of being rebellious. And now it's more like a copycat situation. I think the manager should have asked her to do something different. I try to pull my employees to the side and see if they are having a bad day. Yep, I agree with that too, Morgan. I agree with that too. And I was thinking this too, because we want to be fair. Like we say, we want to be fair, like the way both sides to be fair, to try to see other things in. And I was thinking too, maybe the girl, maybe yeah, we see where these young people saying that these managers are bullying them. So what if this young lady, we just hypothetically, we just saying, what if she just that one? We don't know, is the manager nitpicking? That maybe the girl feel like, well, I'm the one that got to always take the trash out. And maybe at some point she stood up and was like, I'm not taking out the trash. Maybe she feel like maybe the manager makes her take trash out instead of, being diverse with the chores that need to be done around, the restaurant. And something had to take place for the young child to feel like she had to call her mom. So was the manager talking to her any kind of way that she felt like, I'm gonna call my mom? You got some young kids, they don't go back and forth. She probably said, I have a mama, and knowing the manager, come on, when it's us, it could have been, I'm gonna call my mama, and the manager probably said, call your mama. She probably said, call your mama. So the young girl probably called her mama to come up there to let her know what was going on. So when the mama came, the manager and the mama had an altercation, and they probably was saying, oh, don't talk to my kid like that, or whatever the case may be. We don't know how the mom came up there. Did the mom come up there trying to talk to the manager, or was the manager being hostile when the mom got there? So we really don't even know. You know what I'm saying? We just speculating at this point. We just being opinionated at this point because we really don't know. But I feel like it shouldn't get to that far that weapons have to be drawn or weapons have to be brought to an establishment of a business, and other people could have got hurt in the midst of this situation. She should have let the guys take the trash out and let the young lady through the inside work of the restaurant. Yep, that too, Rebecca. Yep. I have seen older women bully young women when men in the workplace start giving the younger women some attention. This is such a sad situation. It definitely is. It is. So we don't really know, that's just the story that she's telling, but you know, she could have been having a bad day. The manager could have been having a bad day. And these things like this, I feel like what's hidden won't be revealed. And I feel like we can't make excuses either for managers, because you do have supervisors and managers. Just because a person is in a supervisor position or a manager position, it doesn't really mean that they know how to supervise. They don't know how to manage. You get what I'm saying? So you got some people get a little title, and they throw their weight around when they get a little position. And a lot of times it's in, no matter, we've seen this. You probably have seen it on your job. I've seen it on mine, where sometimes you can see a person, they hold you always got that one coworker. You always have that one, it always be that one coworker who want to be in everybody's business. Good morning, Ashley Chatz. It always that one person on the job that has a position and it really don't even hold no weight, but they want to be in everybody's business. They want to tell everybody business, and then they want to, want to be messy. I got a person like that on my job, and I had to get them together. You get what I'm saying? Like, first of all, you're not even my boss. First of all, your position don't even hold nothing. So who are you that you think that you can do and say whatever you want to say? Like, I remember a situation where I was coming in, but it was like people in the office. You ever see them type of people that like to try to shine on you in front of a lot of people? And them type of games, I don't even play them type of games. So this one particular day I came in, and something hold on, y'all, because we ain't finna play with these people today. And I came in, and it was a situation, and I was trying to explain to her that I wasn't aware of, what led up to what. I just came in, but it was more like, well, this person, they've been waiting. I was like, pump your brakes, but it was the way how she was saying it, being disrespectful. I say, hold up, pump your brakes. And again, like I said, I didn't know anything about that, but she gonna make it seem like, just wanna try to diminish me in the light of other people. No, 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 no. That's what we're not gonna do. And I got her together the same way you trying to crank up. Now you need to notch that right on down. But I had to put her in her place to let her know, don't play with me. Don't disrespect me. Because that's what we not finna do. But if we need to take it a little higher or whatever, we could do that. But all that being disrespectful, and a lot of times we uphold these people, and especially in a workplace, some people can't, and I know we was talking about the McDonald's situation, but this can be any situation. And like, people be like, oh, they could have left and got another job. It's not, the economy is not the same anymore. It's not like it used to be where you could leave a job. Oh, you could clock out and go down the road and get you another job. It's not like that no more. People have their families. You don't know their situation. But some people try to make you feel intimidated. And a lot of bullying do happen in the workforce. And a lot of adults get bullied more than what people think. A lot of adults get bullied because you got some people, I'm a vocal person. But you have some people or persons that may not be as vocal as myself, or maybe not as vocal as you. You get what I'm saying? Because sometimes some people may feel like they don't have a backup plan. But there is a lot of, like, even on my job, we do trainings. And one of my trainings that we have, it basically talks about bullying. And not just bullying with the kids. We have a training that I do where adults also get bullied. And a lot of adults get bullied more than what you know. Because I don't been in situations where where employees don't try to bully me, but baby, they found out. They had to find out to back up. Like Juvenile said, back that thing up. Baby, you better put that thing in reverse and back it up. Because, baby, I get that stare down, baby. Baby, I get that look, honey, when I stretch my eyes, honey. Y'all know how we do, honey, when that, ooh, don't even play. My daughter job, they had for all the young high school kids. But it depends on the manager though. It depends on the manager and who's the manager and who's the supervisor. Because you may have one supervisor that want a fun, friendly atmosphere and fun, friendly environment, when the customers come in. And then you may have that one manager that come on the shift and just a grouchy grouch. Probably don't even like kids, probably don't even have kids, probably don't even have grandkids. You get what I'm saying? So it depends on who the manager or the supervisor is in that moment, because you can't make the workplace comfortable. You can make the workplace fun and make it fun, especially when you're dealing with teenagers. Make it fun for them. They could be out doing a whole lot of things, and we don't really know the whole, ins and outs of, the situation and what led up to, just sending them home. Why you just always got to send them home? Like even with Athena, we not excusing Athena and a lot of people. Oh, Athena was 26. Just because she's 26, she still dealt with issues that was going on in her life. Her age say 26, but when you really look at Athena, even though she was 26, but she still had some childlike in her. She still acted like a little girl, a child. She didn't act like the average, 26-year-old or very mature. Because based on what's the information that's out there, they were in a cult like. So it probably was certain things that she could do or she wasn't able to do. So she was just probably trying to escape whatever she was going through. So she did it through her dark side. She was showing like different things because allegedly what it was said that her father was abusive and they was in a cult, especially with women. Oh my God, they could be something else. Women supervisors can be, I don't know what it is, but not all. I'm not gonna say all women, but I don't know what the stats would be with that. But it's something about females. Anytime a female is in position or something, because I believe when they do things, it's based on they act out emotions because we're emotional creatures and they that's what they do. They act out of emotions, and not assessing a situation. They don't know how to do something without removing their feelings and their emotion. And a lot of times, like someone said earlier, the jealousy settle in, like being jealous and different things like that. I agree, some people will make or break your work day. Yeah, they will. They'll make it or break it. This could have been the fifth or sixth time of refusing to do her job. The young girl, you think the fifth? Oh, you talking about with I feel like I'm a with this how I know we talking about this and we incorporating Athena in it too. I feel like Athena only work. Athena didn't mind cleaning up because remember, I think Athena enjoyed cleaning. So whatever they was trying to get her to do, I don't know what she told her, but remember she had a cleaning job. She had a cleaning job. But I feel like Athena worked because she was trying to remove herself from what the things of what she was trying to escape everything that she was dealing with. And you know how everybody got an outlet when somebody do certain things, they just try to escape the world or escape what's going around them. And I think that's what Athena was doing. Even when the videos of her hiding inside going inside eating her lunch inside the little, what they call it, the little gym things, the play things that's at the McDonald's, and doing those filters and having an outlet. It was a real spooky side to her, very dark side, and maybe but some videos are showing her where she was friendly and where she was real funny and things like that. So not always you see her in a dark perspective. And I feel like when she ran away from things, she ran away so she wouldn't be triggered. How people just don't want to, because she knew what she could handle. And I'm sure when she interviewed, she probably didn't even show those signs of she interviewed very well for her to be able to get the job. You get what I'm saying? So I don't think the job, she was well spoken, so we don't know what people dealing with. We could deal with people in the workplace every day around us. And certain kids and certain people you look at, if somebody say the wrong thing, it's going to set them off. But you could be that one person to try to intervene, to try to assess the situation, to try to soften the situation and try to talk to the person. Because sometimes people think people don't love them. They think everybody is against them. They think the world is against them. Because from day to day, when a person is at school, when a person is at work, they're escaping everything that they have to return back to. Being abused, we don't know. You don't know. You don't know who may snap. That's why you see, when you see the bullying in school and things, you step up and you intervene. Because some people don't have a voice. This could happen. I agree. Well, I have to go. You just earned a sub. Oh, thank you, Morgan. Appreciate that. She was trying to remove herself from a situation. Yes, that's what I think. That's what I think. Thank you for the sub. Thank you. Yeah, I feel like that. So even with this young girl, like, we don't know what was going on with them. Like we say, you have to management. You got to find when you managing something, you can, like someone said earlier, she could have pulled the young lady to the side and tried to see, is everything okay? Why are you refusing to take out the trash? Or maybe she could have found something else. Put her in a position that she enjoy. And that's what you do. When you managing something, you want to always put a person where they comfortable and what they enjoy. When you go to work, you don't go to work to be mad. You go to work because you love going to work and that's what you want to do. Like when and not putting a person in a situation. She was trying to remove herself from a situation. Rebecca, who you talking about? When you say remove herself from a situation. If you all would like to support the chat, you could support with membership, subbing, membership, super stickers, or super chats. I need to see how to put this in my thing, my disclaimer in here. Monica, you still in here? Ashley, are you still in here? If you are, do you know how to I'm trying to put it from my tablet. Moderator. Put add standard. Trying to put my disclaimer in here. Auntie, you're moderator in here too. You see the little screwdriver? She was trying to remove herself. I don't know how to. Do you know how to go to Google, right? I'm trying to do it. And type in YouTube disclaimer. I don't want this. Go away. Dang. And type in YouTube. It's gonna look like that. Oh, the girl. You think the girl was trying to remove herself from a situation. Okay, it's a YouTube disclaimer under section. See if you could I'm trying to do it myself. Like copy it. Copy. Cause for some reason I'm trying to copy it. And good morning, Latte, Eminem. I'm trying to put it in there to see how I can do it, but it won't allow me to put my I guess you have to be in my video to do it. Okay, here it is. Oh, my lips. I was running my mouth. How y'all doing? Okay, I think I got it. Okay, I did it. Okay. Oh, you did it? I just did it too. Disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and education and research. So, Latte, Eminem, we're here talking about, it was another situation where there was another incident at a McDonald. where a young girl was sent home because the manager asked her to take out the trash. The young girl refused to take out the trash. She ended up calling her mom, and the mother came to the McDonald, and it was an argument. And two people, she walked away, went in the office. The mom and another individual, I don't know if it's the girl that worked there, but they walked behind the counter in the area where the manager was. The manager was struck. The individual hit the I don't know if a weapon was involved when the manager was struck and hit, but the manager of the McDonald's, Belleville, she pulled out a weapon and she pewed, and someone got hit. Two got injured. One got hit in the leg, and two people got injured during that situation. So we're just talking about, I was just saying that I feel like the age should change with McDonald's. I think it used to be 16, but now I think they lowered it down to 14. And I feel like, and depending on the situation, because we really don't know what really happened. It just going on, she's saying that the girl wouldn't listen. But it should never be where weapons, it's not that serious that you have to bring weapons to work, in a workplace, wherever you work at, if it's in schools or whatever the case may be. Weapons should never be the way to end a situation, because we already know when you involve in weapons, it's not going to turn out right. And it's not worth you losing your job for, and it's definitely not worth losing your life for. Pulling out a weapon, a use of fire in a workplace, anybody could have got hurt, because she could have been defending herself, but innocent people could have got hurt in the process of that situation. Good morning, Nook the Book. Good morning. So it should never, lead to someone getting hurt, at a workplace. And I know a lot of times we say, oh, the person could leave, they could find another job. That's easy to say. Everybody can't leave a job and find another job, because you already know. I'm gonna tell you, like me, I was in a situation before, and not always supervisors be on your side. You could be a good worker, and depending on the situation, I was in a situation where I was trying to remove myself from a situation. So I ended up resigning from the position. But I ended up going back for another job. So you know how you have to, you need a reference. You need a reference for your job or whatever, which I was a good worker, there, not missing too many days, any of that, but I was a good worker. But I was trying to remove myself from a situation. But that particular supervisor, it seemed like it was a female supervisor, as we were speaking on earlier. It was a female supervisor, but she gave me a hard time. She wouldn't give me no, you get a, what it is when you getting that, I can't think of it. Y'all help me out. A reference. So it was like she would not give me no reference. It was like, I remember I had went and applied for another position somewhere else. They were waiting on the reference from her. The thing about it, I got hired on the spot for the job. I got hired on the spot. And the only thing they were waiting for the reference from her. But like I said, I was trying to remove myself from a situation. They hired me on the spot for the position. So I don't know, once they got the reference from her, I don't know what she said, but I remember I was home. I got a call from the other job, and they was like, hey, something to something, we're not going to be able to, your reference, something to something, we're not going to be able to give you the position. But everywhere I went, this lady was trying to make it so hard for me. But it was like she ignored the fact that I was in a situation, and I was trying to remove myself from the situation, from that location. I was just trying to go to a different location, but I was trying to remove myself. But for some reason, she kept giving me a bad reference. She kept giving me a bad reference. Anytime you bring a weapon to work, you plan on doing some criminal activity. Right, right. So yeah, so even with the manager, Latte, my whole thing was why did she bring the weapon to work? So I was thinking more of, based on the situation what had just transpired at the other McDonald. I still feel like, if you would like to, thank you. Yes, if you would like to support, you can do so by that's my Cash App, lovely G1G1. You can do memberships and you can hit the like button to support. Thank you all so much. Thank you so much. That's what I was saying. Like, why would you bring a weapon to a workplace? And I don't know if everybody trying to don't remember this, but even Afina stated that the manager said something about she pulled a gun out on her kids. Do y'all think of, but I think Afina shouldn't have never came back. But she even mentioned about a gun that her manager stated something about a weapon. But then this kind of proves that this manager was at the McDonald with a weapon. She told them negative stuff about you, the reason why you didn't get hired. Yeah, Rebecca, that's what she did. And the thing about it, I didn't do anything. It was a situation. I was in a situation. And it had nothing to do with, it wasn't even job related. The situation that I was in had nothing to do with my, it wasn't job related. It was outside of work related. And this person was calling the job or whatever. So this person kept calling the job, saying things about me. So when I got pulled in the office about the situation, I was trying to explain to the supervisor that was over where I was. You remember that, Auntie? So I was trying to remove myself from that location. So, and then and it was seeming like that she wouldn't listen to me. It was like the supervisor, it was like she was siding with the other person. And when I was coming with receipts and trying to explain to her the situation that was going on, it was like she didn't want to. It was like she didn't want to hear nothing. So in that moment, I was getting frustrated. I was getting frustrated. So and because of the frustration, I was like, I don't want to be put in a situation where I'm bringing negative energy or I'm constantly being harassed, because I was being at that point I was being harassed at work. Emails kept going out to the location and things like that. So to get the negativity away from that and for me to remove myself. So I resigned from the position. So I resigned. So I was like, look, it seemed like you're not listening. You don't want to hear me out. So what I did, I felt like so in that situation, I felt like the best thing for me was to resign, to remove myself from it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I did. At that point, I was trying to protect myself. So I resigned right there on the spot. I didn't give her 2 weeks notice. And she was like, well, we need someone to fill this. And I was like, look, at this point, I'm frustrated. I'm aggravated. I keep coming in here trying to explain the situation to you all about what is going on. And it seems like you're not listening to me. You don't believe nothing that I'm saying. So I resigned on the spot. I didn't give a 2 weeks notice. I resigned and I left. So when I was trying to give myself time. So I went to apply for another position. But every time I went to go apply for a position, she would try to block me. She kept trying to block me every time. Yeah, it definitely was time to go. The supervisor didn't like you either because you didn't let them say what they wanted you to. Yeah. So I didn't allow them to handle me any type of way. I didn't, she didn't like the fact that I stood up for myself and I stood up what I was. And I let her know I'm not a child. You're not going to handle me like I'm a child. So, but eventually I ended up going over her head. So I went over her head and they was like, no, you still good. You don't have any write-ups. You don't have any of that. you still, you know, in good standings and you could go apply somewhere else. But every time I went to try to apply somewhere else, she kept giving a negative, you know, I don't know what she kept giving it, whatever she was saying. And like I stated, I applied for a position. I got hired for the on the spot, but they was waiting on her, her, you know, her write up about me. They called me back and took the job back from me. But I ended up, but I didn't give up. I kept going and kept going. And I went to that individual and I was like letting them know what was going on. But eventually I ended up getting a job and they overrode her thing. So they went over her head. Where are you? Where have you been? I miss you. I've been here. I came on the other day. I was here Sunday. I was on here Sunday. Hey, Jasmine. But yeah, sometimes these supervisors, I feel like a lot of people have a lot of stories that they can tell where managers and supervisors and people in certain positions, they like to bully. They do. And a lot of people just don't speak on it. And then you may just have that one individual or that one person just gonna stand up. But if a person vocal about something or they stand up, it'll look like it's being disrespectful. You know, it'll look like, you know, because the other ones are be silent because they don't want to lose their job or they don't want to get involved. A lot of times you just get people knowing that I want my job. And they probably was afraid that if they speak up or they say something, she may send them home. She may start messing with their hours. So a lot of times people don't never speak up, but you're going to always find that one person that's going to speak up and they're going to stand up for themselves. And they're not going to be a pushover or they're not going to allow people to that hold certain positions to push them around or bully them on the job. Some of those supervisors on these jobs are so disrespectful towards their employees. Yes, they're very disrespectful to their employees. And people don't, now people are, you know, it's like you don't believe me and or you don't want to hear me, but it should never lead to, you know, somebody pulling a weapon or bringing weapons. If you leave a location, don't return to the location, just leave. And I think that's where people go wrong at, because a lot of times they leave the location, but they always come back in the heat of the moment, you know, and or depending on what a person don't say it. I had to turn on my. Oh, you had to turn on. Wow, you was in a situation on your job because they nitpick. Was it a male or a female? I guess it's the way you worded it. You had to report your manager. I think that's what you tried to say. You had to report a supervisor. If you all would like to support, if you're able to support with super stickers or super chats. Oh, you told on your supervisor. You reported your supervisor. If you would like to. Y'all make sure y'all support the channel. Support me. But yeah, it should never lead to that. And I feel like sometimes supervisors need to go back through trainings. I'm going to tell you another situation I was in. I was in a situation and I can't, it's just something about, and I'm not, because I know I have supporters of every color, every race. And when I say this, I don't do the racist thing. But it seemed like when certain people of color or race, it's like, it's certain things that they can wear and don't nothing be said. And then I could wear something and it was always they watch my dress code, you know, because I wear nice clothes. So I'm small, I'm petite, I got a nice body. So no matter what I wear, my clothes gonna always fit me nice. My stuff always fit me nice. But then when you in a workplace with a lot of women, in my workplace where I work, there are a lot of women. But it's like they're always watching me. Yes, I reported her. And if she was being disrespectful to you, you should have reported her. Because she's not above the law, that she above anything. Because there are rules and things that she have to follow as well. And I think like some of these employees and some of these supervisors, they need to go back through their trainings, proper training. But let me tell y'all about this situation. I had a supervisor come to me, and they were telling me about what some coworkers were saying about me. So in that moment, I felt like, what? So you mean to tell me you allowed? And she was like, well, it wasn't just one person. It was more than one person. And they were speaking on my clothes and what I had on. I say, so you really coming to me telling me about what somebody said about me? I say, so if you want to address me, y'all need to go back to the drawing board. I said, do you not see some of the stuff that some of these people wearing around here? But you want to single me out about my clothes? And then she was like, I don't have a problem with, your clothes and what you had on, but it was just the fact that more than one person said it. I said, well, I really don't care about what they got to say to you, because at the end of the day, I'm grown, I'm an adult. There's nothing wrong with my clothes, and I can't help because they don't know how to dress. I can't help the way my clothes fit me and my clothes look nice on me. But I got her together, and I told her, I say, and furthermore, whoever coming to you telling you something, I'm an adult, I'm not a child, and tell them be grown enough the same way they went to you. Tell them to be grown enough to come to me and say whatever they gotta say. Yeah. I don't been approached at work about my clothes and everything based on other employees of what they have went and said to the supervisor. That's crazy. That goes to show what people do. So it does happen. It does happen. Whether you at McDonald, wherever you work, you got other people that does bully on the workplace. But like I said, it's a lot going on with these kids. I be just tuning up my lips. I gotta stop tuning up my lips. So y'all, this incident happened in Belleville, and the manager was named Bella Soul. But the one man said he didn't think that she should have went to jail. So what y'all think? So what do y'all think? I just feel like it needs to stop. Oh, I don't want to hold y'all too long. It's almost 11. So I just want to talk about that little situation right there. Sad story. That it shouldn't cost nobody their life or their job. Let me see if it's the same story.
Turned into chaos at a McDonald's in Belleville, Illinois. Police were called to the fast food restaurant located at the intersection.
I'm gonna play this last video.
South Illinois Street, just before 5 p.m. What began as a call about a disturbance quickly escalated into something far more serious. Before officers even arrived on the scene, dispatchers received a second call, this time reporting that shots had been fired inside the restaurant. When police got there, they found two women suffering from gunshot wounds. One of the victims was described as having non-life-threatening injuries. Supposed to be an ordinary afternoon turned into chaos at a
So I'm gonna play
McDonald's
this
in Belleville,
last one.
Illinois. Police were called to the fast food restaurant located at the intersection of South Belt East and South Illinois Street just before 5 p.m. What began as a call about a disturbance quickly escalated into something far more serious. Before officers even arrived on the scene, dispatchers received a second call, this time reporting that shots had been fired inside the restaurant. When police got there, they found two women suffering from gunshot wounds. One of the victims was described as having non-life-threatening injuries and was transported to a local hospital for treatment. The condition of the second woman was not immediately known, and authorities said they were still trying to get more details on her status. The area around the McDonald's remained an active crime scene well into the evening as investigators combed through evidence, interviewed witnesses, and worked to determine what exactly led up to the shooting. At this time, no information has been released regarding a suspect, motive, or whether the victims knew each other. Authorities are urging anyone with information to come forward. This shooting marks yet another act of gun violence in a place where families often gather for a simple meal, adding to growing concerns about public safety in everyday spaces.
And we are now following breaking news at a McDonald's in Belleville. Police confirm a shooting at the McDonald's. Our Russell Kinsall.
So yeah, we have to be so vigilant now, so careful in where you going, where you take your family, and it has to stop. And if you have young children and they working and things like that, when you get involved with things like that, yes, you're the parent, but it's a certain way that you assess. You always want to remove yourself from the situation. Don't be the one to go escalate. You want to de-escalate, and you have to step up and be the parent and let the child know, hey, calm down, remove yourself, and then we'll come back, we'll come back to the situation. And a lot of times you got parents that just hothead by their kids, they ready to pop off, and it's not worth it. Popping off is not worth it. You remove yourself, especially if every party is going at it and ain't nobody getting nowhere with it. It's not even worth it. It's not worth it. It's all about staying alive. It's all about staying free, not being locked up, not by no trash. You get what I'm saying? Like when you go to work, whatever your duties are, whatever you ask of you, we have this thing. Anything you do it unto God. Be a workman of things like that. But everybody don't have that mindset. Just whatever you ask to do, if you feel like you're not being treated right on a job, you speak up and you speak out. There's nothing wrong with that. But it should never lead to violence. Yes, it should never lead to violence. And even if you feel like you can't talk to that individual, go to someone else that will listen to you. Go to a different supervisor and pull them to the side and say, hey, this is what's going on. Can I get my shift? Can I come on a different time? Can I come on my shift, with a different manager? Maybe you work better or different with a certain manager, and you may feel like this manager is nitpicking with you and you don't want to work on their team, because every manager have a team. So even if you have young kids or young teenagers that's working in places like that, you have to break all them things down to them and explain all that to them, that it's not even worth it. If you feel like something not right, just do the job. Just do it. Do it and just don't worry about it. And then just say, hey, I feel like this manager not being fair. Can you put me on a different time schedule? So you don't have to be on the same schedule as that, as that manager. And in any situation to try to avoid problems. All right, y'all. I thank my new sub that came in, because the workplace is not easy, especially in a fast food restaurant, because it be so crowded. You working in that, it's like everybody, that space, it's like you don't have that space. Even when you go in them McDonald's, you see they be moving all around, and it could be stressful. It could be, restaurants can be a very stressful place to work at. especially for young people, you know. And they want to work, and you got these kids that want to work. They want to have their parents teaching them responsibility, you know, teaching them how to have their own money and things like that. When they get what it feels like to get their little check, go deposit they check in the, you know, in their little bank account, you know, they savings or whatever they may have, you know. So, and as adults can't be bullying younger people either. Just because you're an adult, it doesn't make it right. It doesn't mean you bully. You still got to respect them. They're little people. We got to see them as little people. You still got to be respectful. Because one thing about a young person, if you disrespect them, they'll disrespect you back. But if you respectful, they'll respect you. Because I've grown up where adults used to be picky. Grown people like to pick. Way too many personalities in one place. Yes. Listen, Walmart is not for the weak. Okay? Because you have so many managers. This manager may manage one way. This manager may manage another way. Walmart is similar to McDonald's. There's so many different supervisors, so many, you know, managers. Everybody manage different. You got the crew leaders and all of them. This person may tell you to do one thing, and this person may come back and tell you another thing. I don't have so many scenarios that I don't been in situations where one person show me one thing, this one person tell me. I remember I had started this one job. So the person that I was working alongside, they told me how to do something one way. So they ended up leaving. They ended up leaving and doing something, and they ended up coming back, and somebody else told me to do it a certain way. So when I did it that way, they was like, oh, that's not the way you do it. So I was trying to explain to them, like, hey, I don't know. I'm new here. I'm only doing it what, you know, how this person told me to do. But it's like, but the whole thing that led up to it, she didn't want me in her. You know how you got some people don't want certain people working with them, and she was just at my throat for nothing. And I was like, hey, this person showed me this way. Well, that ain't how to do it. I said, well, you need to pipe all that down. I said, because what you're not going to do, you're not going to talk to me in a kind of way, because I'm not a child. I have grown kids, and I'm a grandmother, and you going to respect me. So I came back to work again. So she was going on and on and on. I said, well, do we need to go talk to the supervisor? She was like, oh, yeah, that's a good idea. I said, well, let's go. I beat her out the door. So I guess she thought that I was scared to go to the supervisor. So she was trying to show out in front of somebody else. Baby, you ain't saying nothing. So I walked out. She ended up, we went in. Can we talk to you? And so she was like, well, who want to go first? Oh, okay, I could go first. I said, number one, I'm a woman first. I'm a woman first for number one. Let's get that understood. And what I'm not going to do, number two, I'm not going to be disrespected by anyone. Like, I'm not trying to run that thing, but if I'm asked to do something a certain way, tell me what I need to do, show me how to do it. But I was trying to let the supervisor know, I was trying to explain how somebody showed me one way and another person showed me another way. But you ain't going to come here pumping your chest, baby. You ain't doing that with me, because we need to go talk to somebody. And if it's another room or wherever, another location I need to go, can you just remove me from this location and put me in a different location? I went right up. Then the next thing you know, she go to crying. What did you cry for? What did you crying for? Because you the one trying to throw your little weight around. But I had to let her know you weren't throwing your weight around on me. You may handle the other ones like that, but you're not going to handle me like that. So entitled, and I let them know, please and thank you will make me respond gracefully. As long it gets done, that's all that matters. You stood up to her. Yeah, I stood up to her. Because when I told her, I said, do we need to go to the, because I already knew what it was leading. See, when you figure people out, you already know where it be trying to shift. So let me go on and beat you to the punch. We need to go talk to the supervisor, because I'm grown. She talking about, yeah, okay, let's go. You ain't saying that. Because I don't know who you trying to show out in front of, and definitely don't know who you trying to impress. One time I had a lady on my job, she pushed me. She pushed me, and y'all already know what I did. Push her ass back. Uh, that's rude. No, but you rude. Don't push me. Because, baby, it could go down, baby, anywhere. Don't think you get one in. Yeah, the lady pushed me at work. Why she did that? Pushed her ass right back. What's up? Oh, really? Oh, really? Yeah, really. Oh, in front of the kids? Yeah, really, in front of the kids. You did in front of the kids. Yeah, really. Period. Like, these people really think, like, some of these people that be holding these positions and some of these co-workers, they really be thinking that they can really handle you. Like, real life things like this be happening for real with people. But a lot of times people don't speak up and they don't say things like that. They don't say what be going on. Because I guess she thought I was worried. Baby, I don't see nothing about this right here. Because you ain't going to play with me. I bet she respected me from that day on. Yeah. Get your cap pulled back today. Hey, Marco. Well, y'all, it's 11:10. But yeah, if y'all know any stories, y'all drop them in my DM. But I just want to talk about that. It was another story I had want to talk about. But we'll talk about that tomorrow. So I'm going to scroll through YouTube and see what we could talk about for tomorrow. Tomorrow is Tuesday. So I don't want to hold y'all too long. Appreciate my new subscriber. Hi, Joseph. How you doing? What you screaming about, girl? What is you screaming about? What I said? What did I say? Child, you know how your niece is. Child, you know your niece get stupid. You know your niece get stupid, baby. You know you get stupid too. I don't know what they be talking about. People think you won't deal with them. Like, But I think they need to go back. McDonald's, they management team, the supervisors. I feel like it's a lot going on in them restaurants that people feel like they not being treated right. Because, baby, they don't know and don't. Sure, she pushed me, honey, pushed the ass right on back. Yeah, yeah. Bitch, I'm going to act crazy right along with you. I'm going to go in La La Land, Lulu Land, whatever. I'm going to throw a delusion too. They quick to throw a delusion on you. Yeah, I'm throwing them too. Yeah, wrong with you. So they be like, you all right today? Oh, I'm fine. Is you all right? That's the question. Are you all right? Because I'm good. Just don't come over here playing. But yeah, it gotta stop. So hopefully McDonald go back to the drawing board with their supervisors, their management team, their crew team of how they treating their employees. And I feel like a lot of McDonald's with these stories going viral like this, I think a lot of them probably gonna have their supervisor and management teams go back to some trainings, because they definitely need to go back of how to do things, train, your employees, because you need them. You need your employees. You don't want to be like the young lady at the Burger King. Did y'all see that? The one young lady at the girl at the Burger King, where she was left, the person quit on her, and and walked out, and she did a whole shift by herself, opening and closing. They are franchised, so they have their own rules. Yep, that too. A lot of them are franchised, and that's probably where the problem's coming in at, because they're not up under the corporation like a corporate, and some of these, like you say, some of these McDonald's are franchised, and they're up only they owners, and they're not corporated. So, these people opening up these franchises, and they're not checking on the employees. They're not checking to see what's going on, how the employees are being treated. And that's probably where the problem at, because it's franchise. So that's probably where the big problem at right there. Did you see where the girl from the Burger King, she worked the long shift? By herself. And that's what it leading up to. But y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. I have so much to do. It's Monday. I don't know where to begin and where to end. But yeah. So I got to get in here and get some things situated in here. That's what I think too. Rebecca agree with you too about the franchise. I think that's where the problem at. That's the problem right there. The root of the problem. Some of these McDonald's that's having all these situations, aggravated assaults, people pulling weapons. I think these are franchise businesses, and the owners are not coming in, checking on their employees, sitting down with them, having one-on-ones to figure out, hey, how things going, how you like it. Get to know your employees, get to know the managers, and get to know the people that you're hiring to operate your businesses, because you don't know who you hiring to be over these people, and people not let everyday people off the streets come handling them any kind of way. Not coming to work being professional, just coming in thinking that the things, however you talk to your kids at home, you can't go to work talking to grown people, and you can't go to work talking to some of these younger children any kind of way. Everybody don't talk to their kids any kind of way. People don't talk to their kids any kind of way. People don't curse their kids out. You got some people don't call their kids. I got friends I grew up with, their moms call them out their name. I didn't grow up like that. Calling me all out my name, calling me names and things like that. I didn't grow up like that. So then when you go around other people and they go to call your ass, chat, pipe that down. Call me by my name. My mama gave me a name. I didn't grow up with calling your hoes and bees and this and that. And everybody don't talk to their kids the same. Everybody upbringing ain't the same. So when you going to work, however you deal with your kids, you can't deal with the next person's child like that. Because everybody don't talk to their kids any kind of way. You get what I'm saying? You still have to be respectful on the job. Exactly. You still got to be respectful. Cause see, I'm that vocal one that if a grown up, I don't disrespect nobody, but if they get out of line, I'ma speak my mind, and I'ma say what I gotta say. And I feel like it's more to the story. We never get the whole the whole full of anything. We just get bits and pieces. We get bits and pieces of what's really going on. So we'll get the whole story, because at the end of the day, I feel like that manager was wrong for even having a weapon. And for her to even had that weapon, at work, it couldn't have been a corporation. It had to be a franchise that she felt comfortable enough to bring that weapon to work, and to even have it in the workplace. She had it in the workplace. So for number one, that's not good at all. Because in her mind, she probably said, oh, it'll never happen to me. Because if anybody come on this job thinking they going to stab me or do something to me, I'm going to pop one in them And if they think they're gonna do this, I'm a pop one. So that's premeditation right there. She already felt like it was gonna be something. So that go to tell the type of person that she is. I'm not saying she was a bad manager, but for her to bring a weapon, what made her feel that she had to bring a weapon to work? And she had it in the office. So that means she walked around her employees packing. She wasn't packing cheeseburgers. She wasn't packing no filet of fish or no french fries or quarter pounder or a shake, baby. She was packing some fire. You get what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about no spicy McChicken. She was packing, pistol packing, walking through the workplace, ready for somebody to pop off, ready for saying, I wish a ninja would. She was that type. I wish a ninja would come up in here and try me, because I got something for them. Because most likely to be the first job for the children would never. Right. But she came. She was already prepared. Mentally, she came prepared because of what happened. And what happened with Athena. And what happened with Athena and that lady, she already said she brought that weapon to work, saying that she wished a ninja would. She was already packing. And when remember, they say she walked away. They was in an altercation. She walked away and she walked in the office. So 9 out of 10, did she walk back to the office to get the weapon from out the office? She had it in there. And when that situation went on, she walked back to the office. And remember, they followed behind her. And that's when the shots went off. So basically, she knew if something happened, so she premeditated something too now. So that don't even though the mama done wrong, the manager wrong too. McDonald's be the first job for children just to get a job, work experience, right? Yup. But she already came with a vengeance. She already came with, ain't nobody gonna stab me. Ain't nobody gonna do this to me. She already came with that mindset. She already came to do what she was gonna do. Yup. All right, y'all. All this right here in the McDonald's workplace is, whew. All right, y'all. Let me see. She should not have even had a pop out. Yes. She shouldn't even have that at work. How many managers have that on them at work? How many? To me, I think like if you're in a situation and you don't know the mindset, you know how most jobs and they do things like this because you don't know if a people snap. You know how on some jobs they will let the person work out their full shift. That's how they used to do it. They used to allow the person to work their full shift, and then they'll call them and tell them don't return back to work. Because if you let them go within that day, you don't know. Like the Athena situation. Even though Athena wasn't listening, Athena was doing, at least she was working. We don't know if Athena, whatever she asked Athena didn't want to do it. Even with the trash thing, all they had to do, allow them to find a little thing, not that they running over nothing. Allow them to finish out the work schedule that they was on. Steady. That's just like if you're in a domestic relationship and you tell the man, I'ma leave you, and you already know you dealing with a cuckoo, right? You don't just up and leave. You prepare. You assess that thing to make the leaving easy and make it safe. You know, just like any other time they'll tell Athena, don't come to work. Just let her finish out the work time that she scheduled. Let them finish it out. And then when they leave out, clock out, guess what? Have somebody call them. Don't you call them. Have somebody call and say, hey, you know, this XYZ, we got to let a few people go. Blase. And just let them persons go. Let them finish out their time and let them go, because you don't know if they dealing with their last straw. They on the edge of a breakdown. They on the edge of just losing it. Let them finish it out. It ain't gonna hurt. Let them finish it out. If they work at a service station, sometimes managers will bring a gun because they have permission. Yeah, that's different. You have corporate call them. Yes, have corporate call them. Let them finish out. Just let them finish out. Have HR call. Allow the CEO of the McDonald's or whatever the job is, the superintendent, no matter what the position, allow them to do it. You get what I'm saying? Let them do it. Especially if you know that you not getting nowhere and the chemistry not good with you and the person. Let them go. Because we seen that so many times. When people let somebody go, they'll come back. You just got to find a way to let it go so it don't escalate. And always be on guard. Be on guard. You know, you got to put more safety measures in place in workplaces. So I think in McDonald's, they got to start putting more safety measures in those workplaces. They need to have more locked doors. You know, like that one little door that swing open from the side. They need to not have that to where it can lock. You know, it can open from the inside, but it can lock where nobody can just walk in. And I think some restaurants like Wendy's like that. Wendy's have a door. Only way somebody gonna get to the employees, they got to jump over the counter. Like, I feel like McDonald's need to put up more safety measures too. Cause the where they restaurant is, you could just walk, you know, go in. But to protect everybody, to put a lot of safety measures. So they probably got to go back to the drawing board with making more safety measures in those restaurants. All right, y'all, I don't want to hold y'all. I appreciate you all. I thank y'all for coming in, chiming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will talk to you all tomorrow. I'll give it 4 more minutes. We'll click off at 11:30. No papa allowed on the job. Right. I enjoyed it today. Thank you, Auntie. No, don't go yet. Yeah, I gotta go. I have things to do. I have things to do. I'm trying to put my hour in on my different platforms. I enjoy everyone. I appreciate everyone taking out their morning, joining me. Appreciate it. You didn't count it. Count it. I ain't gonna say the word, but y'all know that one saying, you don't count it. But thank you all for your support. Thank you all for supporting me. Rebecca, enjoy your day too. I appreciate you coming in. Thank you for your support. For those of you that come in, hit that replay. Thank you all so much. Appreciate your support. So, I don't know what we're going to talk about tomorrow, but I'm going to try to find a good topic. I think it was something else that I seen. It was another good topic that I seen. I'm going to try to see if I can find it. That little story about the little boy, that one getting good too, but I want to talk about something else too. So, oh boy, we'll see. Try to clean up some before these grandbabies get here later today. All right. I guess everybody don't say their little piece. I'll see you all here tomorrow at 9:45. If nothing happens, I will be here at 9:45 tomorrow. Make sure y'all put y'all notifications on. And I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Y'all have a blessed one. Have a good one. Be safe and stay safe. All right.